Good day, English winners. Today we're going to go over phone conversations in the first part of a series. So in this video, we will go over a very basic phone conversation, the things you might hear and the things you might have to say. This is helpful if you work in a call center or in a secretarial position where you have to answer the phone a lot. Now, personally, I've worked in telephone sales for about 2 years of my life total. And you know what? I don't like it. I don't like talking on the phone. That phone weighs a lot. It's so heavy to pick up and dial the numbers to call because in my mind, I'm a little bit nervous. So I know how you feel about the phone. And we're going to go over a simple phone conversation to get you started. Let's begin. This first phone conversation is pretty simple. It's where you answer the phone, then someone asks you a question and you just answer it, and then you get off the phone. This type of phone conversation works well whether you are at home or at work. So when you answer the phone, the goal is, just like with any language, to find out who is calling and who they are trying to talk to. So you pick up the phone and you say, hello? And they might say, hello, this is George speaking. So you know the person calling you is named George. This is a great way to introduce who you are if you're calling someone on the phone. Hello, this is Tom speaking. And of course, if you work for a company, you could say the name of the company afterwards. It's like, this is name calling from company name. Like, this is Peter calling from ABC Corporation. If you want the conversation to go faster and you're calling somebody on the phone, you could say, hello, this is Tom calling for James. So if you're Tom and the other person is James, you could say, this is Tom calling for James. And then the other person can say, well, I'm James speaking. Or they could say, oh, James isn't here right now, okay? Let's go to the next thing you might hear in a conversation like this. Okay, so this next one is semi-formal. It works in most situations. You could say, is name there, please? The please is what makes it semi-formal. So let's try it. Is Mark there, please? Or if we're tying the whole conversation together, I could say, hello, this is Steve. Is Tom there, please? That way you're announcing yourself and who you are calling for. So people love to hear their name, so if you can use their name in a conversation, that helps. Furthermore, when you're calling somebody and you are pretty sure you know who is on the other end of the line talking back to you, and you just wish to confirm it, you could say, hello, is this Tom? Like, hello, is this the name of the person you're calling? Hello, is this James? Hello, is this David? Hello, is this Katie? Another way to confirm who you are speaking to, especially if you are less sure who the other person is and you need to ask specifically for the person on the other end, you can say, hello, may I speak to Janet? Hello, may I speak to Alice? Hello, may I speak to Rhonda? These are very simple ways to ask for the other person. Now, this is a very informal one. You will hear this all the time with friends calling each other's houses. Maybe you see a kid, he's calling his friend's house and their mom picks up the phone. They might say, hello, Steve here. Is Tom in? So just is, name, in. Is Mark in? Is Robert in? It's a very easy way to ask if the other person is available to talk. Now, if somebody calls you on the phone and they say, can I speak to, and they say your name, and you wish to confirm, yes, this is me, you can say, this is he, if you are a guy, and if you are a girl, this is she. And also, if you wish to confirm, and you are very informal, and this isn't like a really important call to either side other than just making the call. If someone says, is Pradesh in? Let's say your name is Pradesh. Is Pradesh in? You could just say, speaking. Is Dave in? Speaking. Is Amber in? Speaking. I'm not going to do that too much. My junior classes love it when I play different voices. And so we've gone over some of the ways people answer the phone, asking for the other person and confirming who is speaking. I want you to go over these a couple times and repeat them to yourself. Get used to answering the phone. Once that part is done, a lot of your stress with making phone conversations will go down, okay? Because you have one part of the phone conversation mastered. So watch it again, practice it, watch it again, and then we'll move to answering the questions. And so there are a whole lot of different types of questions you can answer. I'm not going to go over every situation, but if it's appropriate to answer the question when someone asks it to you, you should. If someone asks you, can I send the document by email? You can say, yes, you can, or fax machine would be better. You know, any type of situation where you need to answer the question, answer it. And then you go to the last section of the phone conversation, which is getting off the phone. Now, when people get off the phone, you're going to hear an intonation issue. It's going to start here, and then go down a little bit, and go down a little bit. Okay, bye-bye. You notice how my voice goes up, down a little bit, down a little bit, down a little bit, down a little bit, bye. Listen to this closely, because if you hear their voice going down like this, and you're trying to keep the conversation going, you may be annoying the other person who is trying to get off the phone for whatever reason. Be very careful. Now, we'll talk about what to say when getting off the phone. Now, if you're at work, you can say to the other person, let's say the other person's name is Brian. Thank you for calling, Brian. Let me know if you have any other questions, okay? And if they say, no, we don't have any other questions, then you can say, okay, have a nice day. Bye. And that's it. It's simple. You thank the other person, you say their name, you let them know that you can help them if they have any other questions, and if they don't have any other questions, you can say, okay, thank you, have a nice day, bye, or thank you, bye. Now, this next one is if you're in a little bit more of a hurry, you need to get things done fast and get off the phone. So you could say, okay, thank you for calling, okay, bye. And in some parts of the world, you might hear, okay, thank you for calling. Bye now. Bye now. Thank you for calling. Bye now. In some situations, especially social situations, less so with work, more with just regular social interactions, you'll hear, talk to you later. Now, if someone is trying to solve a problem and you're working in customer service, saying talk to you later is not a good sign unless you promised to talk to them later, because you're implying they're going to have a problem in the future. So don't use talk to you later unless you've promised to talk to them later. But in a regular social situation, you could say, okay, talk to you later, bye now. Or talk to you later, bye. Now, if you're having trouble getting to that thank you, talk to you later, bye now. If you have trouble getting to that point, you can say something that can move the conversation in that direction. You could say, I have to go now, I'm sorry. Or, right now I have to get off the phone. So when you say, I have to get off the phone now, I have to get off the phone now, I have to get off the phone now, or I have to go now, I have to go now, I have to go now. That tells the other person that you need to leave the conversation. So then that'll start the, okay, I'll talk to you later. Have a nice day. Bye now. And then the phone conversation will end. So you see, congratulations, you did it. Now, before we get off of this video, I am going to go over an example phone conversation, okay? And that way you can see how this might work. Hello, this is Steve. Is Tom in? Speaking. Yes. I'm about to send in the documents. Do you need the documents by fax machine, or will email work better? Yes, Steve, please just send them by email as an email attachment. That would be easiest. Okay, I'll go ahead and send them by email. Thanks a lot, Tom. All right, talk to you later. Yes, talk to you later. Bye now. Goodbye. And that's it. If you like this video, please subscribe and be sure to check out the telephone conversation videos that I'll make in the future. Keep winning, English winners. Talk to you later. Bye now.